I just picked up this 1988 Peavey Studio Pro 60 solid state amp. Now, if you don't know about these are, from the mid 80s, I guess into the 90s, there was all kinds of these nice little amps that Peavey made, like the Studio Pro 40, the 60. They have the Bandit 65. I think there's a Bandit 112, a Special 130. There's all kinds of amps in this similar, cosmetic vibe that all sound pretty great. And the last couple of years, I've been noticing some people in Nashville, specifically, I guess, kind of raving about these types of amps again, just by saying how affordable they are and how great they still sound. Well, I got this for 160 Canadian dollars, used, and I believe it was the guy was the original owner, because he had all the papers in the back of the amp, from back in like 88, 89. So, and so translates the cost is about, let's say, I think it's about $115 US. So a good deal right there. This thing is not too heavy. I'd say it's between 35, 40 pounds. Has a Celestion speaker in it. On the back, there's a foot switch, XLR direct out. And on the front, we have the two inputs, high gain, low gain. You have your normal channel there with the level, which I have just at 1 in a bright switch. And then there's a channel switch, which takes you to the lead gain with the superstat and the post. So that's kind of like your nice overdrive. We'll hear that in a minute. Effects loop and your standard EQ, reverb, phones, and there you go. So you have all the stuff you need. And this amp is loud. Now, right now, I'm just listening to it, and there's a small, faint little hum. So maybe it could use some work. It could be the electricity in my condo. My condo's built in the early 70s, and the wiring is a little old. So, but I did clean the back a bit, like got some of the dust and cobwebs out and stuff, and it seemed to help. But I think it could use some more cleaning. But it's still pretty quiet. Like if I was at a bar right now, this faint little hum wouldn't even be noticeable. Now, when I have a telly going into it, and I'm going to turn the telly on, we're going to hear a little bit of noise. Okay, so there is some hum going there. Now if I put it into the in-between pickup position, it's reduced. So I mean, the guitar is gonna, that's just the nature of it, I think. So probably could use some work, but anyways. So yeah, 50 watts of solid state goodness here. So let's hear it. Something like that. And like I said, I have the volume just at 1. It's pretty loud. I'll turn it up, but you're going to hear some noise. Okay, I have the guitar off, so it's still fairly quiet, but if I put the guitar on, yeah, so these pickups are causing some noise. But there's other solutions, get noiseless pickups, get a noise gate anyway. So I'll put it back to 1. I have a couple of Boss pedals plugged in. So let's compare the overdrive. Here's a Boss. I have a Boss SD1 and a Boss DD3 for slapback delay. Let's compare the drive to the overdrive to this lead gain channel. All right, so here's the Boss overdrive. So yeah, there's noise, but I have the drive, about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, right? So there's going to be some noise. Now let's put the switch to channel to the. Now we're on the lead gain. So here's the amps drive. All right, so don't have as much drive on here, but let's hear it get a little more nasty. If I put the superstat up, right now it's at 4. Let's put it up to 7. All right, so not bad. I mean, if you were in a pinch, say your pedal board exploded, or whatever, just start not working, you could get by. And if you have the proper foot switch for this amp, you could go between the clean and the drive here, and maybe not ideal, but you probably could finish your gig. So EQ is nice. Let's check out the reverb, and then we'll check out some delay. But the reverb, well, let me put it back to the clean channel here. I'm gonna put it up to 7. Here you go. So I think you could do some surf stuff there. I'm gonna put that back to 3. So yeah, you could do some surf stuff, and let's hear how the slapback echo sounds through this. So my assessment is, if you can find something like this, whether it be a Studio Pro 40, a 60, or a Bandit 65, or whatever other series of Bandits they make, or the specials, or I think there's a Studio Chorus or a Stereo Chorus. Like, the amps can get bigger and much heavier, but for a few $100, you got a great backup rig, I think. I mean, the cleans and the reverb sound quite impeccable to me. Now, there's, like I said, having a little noise here, very minimal though. So cleaning the amp itself, like just getting the dust out of it, seems to have helped a bit. But if you get it serviced, and it's still going to get some noise, right? When you're blasting it with these single coils or drives and whatnot, that's the nature of the beast. But still, overall, a great amp, and it's not too big. Keep it in your car if you need it as a backup, or make it your regular gigging amp. I mean, I don't think you can go wrong with it. And like I said, it is very loud, plenty loud. So definitely this will get you through a rehearsal, and I don't see why you couldn't use it at a gig. You might, maybe if you have the volume up pretty high, it might not be the greatest sounding, but you could surely have it probably at a nice stage level and mic it. Anyways, highly recommended. Well worth your trouble to find something like this. So leave a comment if you like the video, hit the like button, feel free to subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll catch you in the next video.